Well, hello, everybody. It is Romania Black, and we're on the second OVA of Natsume's Book of Friends before we dive into season 5. And yeah, we're also talking about volume 10 of the manga, and it is supposed to snow tonight, so I've got like a little bundled up there because it's a little bit chillier than usual, but I was like, oh, I got my hot tea and everything. I want to talk about volume 10 before we dive into this OVA. The OVA last week was cute. It was funny. It was cute, but I had a lot of fun talking about volume 9. I need to talk about volume 10 with y'all because I was starting to lose faith that some of those extra episodes from season 3 were never going to be addressed. And lo and behold, Natsume comes and delivers. So let's talk about volume 10. So volume 10 continues to discuss the anime episodes, but also brings back some season 3 content, which I was like, all right, okay, which we know by the time we were reading the content of season 3 in the manga as we were starting season 4 of the anime, that the anime was just starting. So the manga had been well in advance by the time the anime was starting. So that is good to know. But so the cover of volume 10 is the one with the two with Natsume as the harvest god, which is, I love the purples. I love the green. Purple and green are two of my favorite colors. I love them. I think it looks so good. Natsume looks wonderful. I love this cover a lot, right? This volume came out in 2010, 15 years ago, which blows my mind in so many directions. I'm like, are you kidding me? But it did. So, okay. Also, I think that there's a really good, I like the correlation between the covers with Reiko and the covers with the other characters in this volume. For example, Reiko is presented here with the butterflies on the cover, which looks really nice. It's great. There's going to be covers later on that show Natsume with the butterflies, and we had Matoba and Natori at the end of volume 9 with the butterflies. So I like the motif. I like that we're continuing that on. That's great. So yeah, volume 10 starts out with 2 chapters dedicated to season 3, episode 3. The one with the friend from Natsume's middle school that comes back to get him to help him like talk down the yokai girl that he wants to date. Yeah, I was fully convinced that episode was anime only. Nope, it's 2 chapters. It's just like the furry ones. I was like, oh, okay, all right. But yeah, so he comes over, our dear, lovely friend from middle school. I really like in this chapter set that we get with Natsume and him, that Natsume shows some of his like angry side where his fists clench and everything. What is so interesting to me is that in the manga, we got the episode with Yuriko and Natsume first, and then we get the chapter set with this, which is so interesting to me because Natsume gets mad in this chapter at the guy because he's like threatening to tell his friends about Natsume's ability, and Natsume's like, why are you doing this? But it's interesting because if you look at it from an anime perspective, you saw this episode first and you were like, Natsume's all really worried about him, and et cetera, et cetera. Then you see the episode with Yuriko, and you're like, oh, wow, Natsume was really, like, down in the dumps and, like, really grim and emo. Here, it's kind of the opposite, but that episode, that chapter set with Yuriko gives you a precedence of Natsume being aggressive and being, like, kind of down in the dumps and everything. And then you see it kind of come back here in the present, and it has more of a foundation. So I feel like it's apples and oranges, whether you like one way they did it versus the other. I think they're both fine. I just find it super interesting that they are 2 different ways. I think it's so interesting. But yeah, so we get that. Then we have the first editorial. It says, hello, I'm Midori Kawa. This is my 18th total graphic novel and the 10th for Natsume. Thank you very much. I'm savoring the joy of being able to keep working on characters and stories I've become attached to. Thank you for picking this book up and starting a relationship with this series. That we have. I'll keep working hard episode by episode, although I struggle sometimes, so please continue your support. I could definitely understand that if you are 10 volumes in, which I know the series is a lot longer than that to keep that motivation, it does feel good to get people giving you validation that what you're doing is worth it. So kudos to Midori Kawa. Absolutely. I will say, This chapter set was exactly like the episode 3 of season 3, but I think my favorite part is that poor Madara, poor Nyanko Sensei gets a lot of grief in this volume. And this moment where Sayaka and then he's like, oh wow, a fugly cat. The translation was great. The English translators were on. They were on it on here. I love Madara's like, shoo! Love it. So then chapter 38, again, we have had in volume 9 a shot of Reiko with the long pole. And in this, volume, she's with the butterflies. Here we have Natsume with the long pole and butterflies as well. I like the motif. I like the comparison of the parallels. It looks super cool. So then we get the editorial number 2 as we get into this. Preview ads are illustrations that preview the episode that will run in the next issue of the magazine. They're pretty hard to do for Natsume. Most of the time, I haven't decided on what the guest character or the yokai looks like, or haven't definitely finished the plot yet. Only Natsume and Nyanko Sensei will absolutely show up, so unfortunately I haven't been able to draw other characters or the yokai in color. I wish I could finish the planning earlier so I could draw some of the other characters in color. Okay. I really like at the very end, we see the middle school friend and Natsume having a burger and fries at, maybe Kuroko's Basketball's Maji Burger. But I like this shot of the two of them together in the chapter set where it covers episode 3. Again, just like the little ones last volume, I can't believe that not only was this not anime only, but it had 2 chapters devoted to it. I was like, that's so cool. And they were just 1 episode. So I'm like, what the fudge? All right. Okay. So that was season 3, episode 3. So we can chalk that up. That does happen in the manga. It's just way later than I anticipated. And then the rest of this volume is talking about episodes 9 and 10 of season 4. So we've jumped from the beginning of season 4 to nearly the end, which is fine. We're probably going to go back and forth, which I think is, again, interesting because instead of going Matoba and Notori and Natsume and Tanama to Notori and Natsume, we've gone from Matoba and Natsume to Notori and Natsume, and the whole Tanama stuff hasn't happened yet in the manga. Maybe that'll be next volume. We'll see. But I think it's fascinating how they realign things in the anime and do it certain ways. But yeah, so chapter 39, I really, really, really love this cover. I love it because the way that the kimono is draped over Natsume, I don't know if you all can tell, but the flowers, the top of the shoulders where the flower is, it looks like feathers. And it looks like Labyrinth with Jareth, who's played by David Bowie. It looks like the Goblin King's feather robe. So maybe that's why I was thinking of it, but I love that. And I also love that Madara has the bells with the little Nyanko Sensei keychain on it. Super cute. Super cute. So I'm going to give Midori Kawa this. Look, Midori Kawa knows exactly what they're doing, and they make Notori look really good in the manga. They make Notori look very good in the manga. Like, he looks good in the anime. Don't get me wrong. He does look like a dork with his bucket hat and his glasses, which that's the point. It's the Clark Kent disguise. But in the manga, he looks damn good. And I was like, okay, I see where you ladies are coming from. Because there's this shot of him doing the Kabadan where he is clearly acting like a heterosexual man. And I was like, oh, okay, all right, come on then. But yeah, they make Notori look really good in the manga. So editorial number 3, the 3-dimensional Natsume. I'm happy to report that they're going to make a figurine of Takashi Natsume. It's based on the poster art they used for the first season of the anime, of Natsume sitting on an old log by the water with a dangling Nyanko Sensei. I already feel so odd that they made so much merchandise for Nyanko Sensei. And after the washcloth with Natsume on it, with Takashi on it, now there's a figurine. I'm so happy I can hardly sit still. They've recreated the surface of the water, the sharp blades of grass extending from it, and the pretty wood grain. It's beautiful enough to be a decorative ornament. Please check it out. Aw, that's super cute. But yeah, so look, we have talked about this ad nauseum about how I believe that when Natsume is older, like a full-grown, full-on adult, he can pursue Notori if he wants, and Notori is free to pursue him if he wants. But damn it, this manga This manga is bound and determined to let you know that Notori is so down for Natsume. It is not even funny. And there's a part of you that's like, oh my God. But then there's another part of you that's like, well, at least Notori is being respectful and looking at from a distance. It's still creepy a little bit, but I'm like, at least you're not pursuing him and you're just letting it go. But damn this manga. Like the shot where he sees Natsume and it's like the shining and everything, and Notori's got like, you can see the gaze of him and then they meet eyes. It's not as funny when they meet gaze in the manga as it is the anime. It's not as funny, but I also like this shot where Natsume is like, hey, Hiragi, you need to take care of Mr. Notori. And Hiragi's like, I will. And then again, Hiragi says, do your work, pig. Like just giving Nyanko Sensei the hardest time. But I do think that for the time being, I would totally ship Hiragi and Notori. I like that ship. I like me a yokai human ship. I'm here for it. I'm here for the implications of it and what it means for Notori's character. Do I want to ship Notori and Natsume when they're older? Yeah, I kind of really do, but not right now. Now is not the time. Also, I really like this cute little in-between chapter thing where we see Taki with the little side ponytail, which is super cute. And she's knitting a Nyanko Sensei plush so she can cuddle it anytime. Not as fluffy as the OG, but I think that that's super cute. Like, I love the little pin cushion. I love her sewing. I love Madara helping her so she'll leave him alone. It's super cute. I also am here for, I'm in my mid-30s, so Notori, I'm all for Notori. Natsume is off limits, respectively, as you would think. But Notori, Notori's hitting all the spots. And I love this kimono that he's wearing. He has that stupid bucket hat. We see the gecko. I also love the chain of the paper dolls hanging from him like a sash. I love that. Also, very similar to Matoba, it almost looks like he has a blade coming out from the sleeve of the kimono. And you can see that it is a blade because you can see his hand where it says Book of Friends. It's cutting off that he's holding a blade. So Matoba and Notori are holding secret swords beneath their robes. Oh, I love it. I love the implications of it. I love the symbolism. I love it. Although, like I said last volume, Matoba is not respectful of Natsume's space or boundaries. Notori is. So I respect Notori. All right. Number 3 editorial. 48th LMS or Lala Manga Recruitment Camp. I was invited to Lala's manga camp in Kyushu as a guest instructor with fellow manga artist Miss Emiko Nakano. Everyone there was so passionate about creating manga. It was lots of fun and very invigorating. I was in awe, along with the other students, of Miss Nakano's meticulous and delicate line work. I wasn't able to show them many techniques, but I tried to answer everyone's questions to the best of my ability. Although I must have sounded quite flustered. Everyone listened very intently, and I was so filled with emotion. I knew the students were anxious and uncertain about their future, yet they put in so much effort in the pursuit of an interesting story. I was touched and inspired and eager to go back home and draw manga. I hope we can keep striving for the same goals. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I kind of want to know who Emiko Nakano is. That name sounds familiar. Emiko Nakano, do they do manga? Okay. They have done Black Coffee, Lollipop. They've not done any that I've read or seen, so that's interesting. Okay. But yeah. Also, I really like in this manga where Natsume and Notori meet back up, like after Natsume and the whole thing with the logs go down. I really like this panel of Notori being like, Natsume. Like, he gets mad at Natsume because Natsume told him he wouldn't get in trouble, and then he had the whole log thing happen. And I like Notori getting kind of scolding him, being like, you said you weren't going to get hurt. What are you doing? Like, I really liked that. I thought that was a really cool thing for Notori to do, to be like, I thought we said you weren't going to get into trouble. And Natsume's like, what? Also, we'll talk about here in a hot second, but we have back-to-back as the shipping war continues. We have Notori and Natsume here. Natsume has the Harvest God outfit on. Notori has the big giant black kimono. I love the black and white contrast. Natsume's has a sickle on the end because it's a harvest. It also makes him look like a Grim Reaper. I love the concept of the black and white. Also, if you're going to go with the two gods that are gay with each other, this is the black and white combo to go with it. So you have that contrast, right? Mm-hmm. But to make sure that we don't get too far ahead of ourselves, we follow that up with a cover page of Tanama and Natsume. This mangaka knows what she's doing. She's like, no, don't worry. Look, there's Tanama and Natsume. Don't you worry. Love it. I live. So the last editorial says letters. Thank you so much for the fan mail. I'm so sorry I can't reply to everyone, but I read every single letter I receive. Some people reported they visited Kumamoto after watching the anime. Others wrote kind feedback, and some people even sent their own illustrations of their favorite characters. I cherish as my treasures all the handmade gifts and local souvenirs that they send. Thank you so much. Love. But look, y'all, there are two moments back to back. One is when I like the little Grim Reaper yokai that show up. They have the little parrot mouths. It reminds me of Ace of the Diamond when sometimes Sawamura gets the little parrot mouth. Super cute. But there's this moment here where Natsume says, Mr. Notori, thank you. Now I know that we can pull this off when Notori volunteers to give over the drug to get the yokai. The look that Notori gives, y'all, he's down. It's over. It's over for Notori. He has fallen long ago, and he's stuck in this hellish limbo forever. But then whenever Notori's like, it's going to be all right, Natsume, we've managed this far, we can do it, go on. It's the same deal. Notori is so down. He's so down. And I feel for him because it sucks for Notori. He's like, I can't pursue this kid because he's a kid. But maybe 10 years later, we'll see what happens, right? One thing that I thought was really funny was in the anime adaptation at the very end where Natsume is like laying down and Notori's put his coat over Natsume and Madara's sitting on top of the coat. In the anime, it's very proportional, so it kind of looks silly that Notori's coat is like barely covering Natsume. It just looks like an ornament, like it's just there. In the manga, it makes more sense because the mangaka drew Notori's coat like a damn blanket, and it's covering all of Natsume like a blanket. So it makes more sense in the manga with how it's drawn, why it's there, but I thought that was really, really good. And then, yeah. And then again, third time's a charm. Natsume says, I'm glad you came. I couldn't have done this by myself. And Notori has a little sparkle in his eyes, and he gives Natsume a little head pat there. I mean, look, I know it is so problematic because Natsume is like 16 and Notori's in his 20s. And I agree. I'm not ready for them to be in any remote relationship right now. But if you told me 6 years down the road when Natsume was like 22 and he was 30, I'd be like, yeah, you could try it then. Go on ahead. So anyway, the afterwards. Thank you for reading. How did you like it? Natsume isn't very good at expressing what he wants from people, but now that he's had some friends and a place to belong, he's starting to get the courage to butt heads once in a while. I hope I can get him to grow through some bittersweet experiences. Well, don't say that now. I'm assuming the bittersweet experiences are to come in the next several volumes, but we'll see. Please read the rest of the afterword only after reading the entire volume to avoid spoilers. So there is a long explanation for chapters 37 and 38, which is False Friend, which is episode 3 of season 3. It says, nobody believed Natsume when he talked about yokai before. So I considered this a story where he goes back and tries again. I realized it was extremely difficult to communicate a necessary message to someone without backing down, whether or not they believe you. I was nervous about how readers would react to Shibata, I said Sayaka, Shibata, and what a jerk he was. Fortunately, many took pity on him and forgave him for being a poor sap in love. As for Murasaki, I gave her impossibly wavy hair so I could have Shibata anxiously say, oh, no school would allow a student to get her hair permed like that. But the scene was out for space. I imagined her hair almost like roots that spread every which way over the years of wild growth. It's so fun to draw girls. I want to try out all sorts of ideas. It's almost breathtaking. Love! Having friends used to be something Natsume could only dream about, but now they are real and an important part of his life. I'm sure he'll go to Takai and Tanama to complain that he made a new friend, who may be a jerk sometimes, but is really not a bad guy. I like the idea that he goes to Taki and Tanama to complain about the friend, because that way Natsume could tell them, be like, oh, I met this guy. He knew me from middle school. He knew I could see yokai. He can't really tell Nishimura and Kishimoto that, but he can tell Tanama and Taki that. So that's really cool. I love that. Yeah. I honestly think back in that episode, my opinions of him changed throughout the course of the episode as well. Then we have chapters 39, 40, and 41, which covers episodes 9 and 10 of season 4, the Harvest Festival. The idea was to have Natsume and Hattori get asked to do conflicting sides of the same job by yokai and humans, respectively. But when you give these two the same objective, they somehow hesitate to see how the other makes a move and agonize over whether they're doing the right thing. They really shouldn't be so alike, but it's like they're staring into a mirror. That is how they struggle for a solution, while Nyanko-sensei and Hiragi sigh in the back. Ha! Background, I'm sure. They take pity upon each other, that they have few friends. They want to remain friends and equals when their opinions differ, yet they have a strange inferiority complex towards each other. Natsume has nothing he can flourish like a girl's long hair or skirt, so it was fun to have him wear the Harvest God's robes for once. Come to think of it, Nyanko-sensei doesn't have much he can flourish either. Hiragi's hair is straight and short, but she's still fun to draw. I hope I can draw more of these lively and animated stories. I had never really thought of it that way, but the way that Midori Kawaii talks about it, yeah, Natsume and Hattori are extremely similar. They're very similar. So maybe that's why they wouldn't make a good couple in the end. They're too close to each other, but maybe they could. Who knows? Anyway, and then the final thing is Natsume went through life suppressing his emotions because he didn't want to be affected by others. But now he's able to pick out the moments of joy and delight. However, once he experiences such emotions, he'll also be exposed to anger and fear. As he hangs out with fun, kind, and cunning and fearsome yokai, he'll realize what he needs to face. As always, I'd like to continue to draw these calm and peaceful days that are occasionally punctuated by moving encounters and twists of fate. Reaching 10 volumes is like a dream to me. I'll keep working hard on each episode to produce manga you can enjoy. Thank you so much for reading. May of 2010. 15 years ago. Oh my God. Well, you kept it up, so oh my God. So yeah, I'm so excited that this is from so long ago. Isn't that wild? Isn't that wild? Absolutely insane. But I love it, and I love the idea of Natsume slowly realizing that along with these joyful moments, there's going to be fear and there's going to be anger, and seeing Natsume have emotional reactions is just, it's a lot of fun. So yeah, that's volume 10. All right. So I'm pretty excited that we got through that. But in any case, we have this other OVA to talk about now, which I'm super excited. And the next week, we'll have volume 11 to talk about, as well as starting season 5. What a wild time! I have been told, I'll go ahead and tell you in advance, I have been told by the moderators there's only one double set of episodes for season 5 that I'm going to watch, which is episodes 3 and 4. That's all I know. That's all I've been told. We're going to go with it. So that's actually really interesting because season 4 had a lot of double episodes, but season 5, not so much. So we'll just make it work. I'm fine with that. But in any case, I'm excited to start this OVA, the second one. I hope you all are as well. But thank you all so much for watching with me and for hearing me discuss the manga. The manga is so good. I highly recommend it. But we're going to start OVA 2 of Natsume's Book of Friends. And we're going to do that here in 3, 2, 1. And I'm going to put these on because I almost forgot. And let's go. Aw. Aw. Oh, is it cold? I do that too. Not great circulation. Oh. Hey! What timing? Is it snowing? What timing? What is he sitting on? Oh, a hot water bottle. Oh, wow. Oh. The little Sometime on a snowy day. All right. What great timing. Okay. The production value of this OVA is already quite better. So I wonder why you couldn't find it on streaming. We'll talk about it in the discussion. Okay. What are we lending a hand with? I feel like Natsume's hair has gotten a little bit shaggier. This is our Amish gear. What? Oh, or it's in the box. Oh! She's like, let's get it cranking. Aw. I can relate to that, yeah. Shigeru made you a bowl? Aw. We did lots of crazy naughty things on that trip, Natsume, but you can't find out about that. Aw. Aw. No wonder it's freezing. Don't get pneumonia like Casper the Ghost. Yes. Aw. Put your scarf and gloves on. Heck yes, Hot Pot. Hell yeah, Hot Pot. Aw. I never think to wear an umbrella outside in the snow. I never think of doing that. I always think it's just for rain, but it would make total sense. This is so pretty. Oh, how cute. Feels very cold and, yeah, a little gloomy. Why you say that? Yeah. Oh my god. A giant yokai made out of snow. Oh my god, it's huge. It's like finding a Pokemon out in the middle of the... Ah! Oh my god, it's actually kind of scary. Oh, it's scary. Nope. No, why is it so cute and scary? Ah! It's creepy. But it's kind of cute. Well... Bitch, I'm made of snow. Oh, don't give me your... Oh my god. Oh, glittery, sparkly, sequins. What? Oh, it's so creepy and cute. I can't. I kind of love it though. Oh, it's grown on me instantly. I mean, it's so endearing. I don't know how else to describe it. I kind of love it. Yeah. I've never seen a yokai look like this. It looks like something from Charlie Brown. Oh, well, you're correct. Oh, wow. Yeah. Uh, Wait, thin one. Oh my God. Creep. No, creepy. Oh no, your scarf. Toko's gonna be. Oh. Sugar Ray. Oh, Shigeru. Look at you. Looking hot as ever. Lost my scarf to a snow monster. I wonder if Shigeru and them know. Oh, I like the continuity of the dog still being there. Aww. Aww. Oh, Toko knows what to do. Aww. She's gonna be like, where's the scarf? Oh, that does look good. She's like, Ray, get wasted on this sake? Hell yeah. Oh my God, is that... It's gonna be like the Campbell's soup commercial where the snowman comes in and melts. Is it gonna be like that? How does Toko not keep track of the sake that is missing? Yeah, no. No, it didn't. Well, it was made of snow. Madara looks so cute there. Ah! Because you're wasted. You're white cat wasted. Oh. That doesn't look anything like it! Natsume, no! No! Do not take Madara to the bars with you. He is a loud drunk. Natsume, that did not look like the snow monster. Getting all existential in here. I kind of love this OVA, actually. Oh. Ah! Oh my God. Oh! Oh shit! Oh my God. Thin one! Oh my God. It is a nice, friendly snow ghost. I can't how cute it is. Oh my God. No, I want all snowmen to look like this yokai from now on. Oh my God. Oh my God. Do not bust the water pipes. With the water bottle. Oh my God! Oh my God. Oh. Oh. Oh my God, it's gonna fall asleep. Ah! So, a heater? Oh my God! I can't with it! I cannot with it. Oh my God. It's so cute. Oh my God. Huh. Oh! Oh! Snow day! Yeah! Get on it. Oh. Oh, it was the box that was in the closet where the heater was. Oh. What is it though from Shigeru? What was in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box? Uh. Aw. Oh. Hmm. Going after the yokai? Or what did you find? Madara's like, what? Oh. Why not? Stop! Look at it! Oh no! Oh! Oh no! Oh shit! Oh no no no! Oh no no no! Oh! Oh! It didn't want him to get frozen! Oh! Uh, would you look at that? What was in it? Well, I am a hoarder, honey. Oh. Little pop sockets! Yeah! What is it? Why won't you show us? Oh, oh. Oh, I like the way Natsume looks there. Oh, not that hair. Oh. Oh no! Be nice to him! Be nice to him! No! It's like, I'll kick all your asses. Oh my god. Scram! Oh. I feel sorry for this little fluffy snow ghost. Oh my god, I can't. Oh my god, I can't! Oh. Oh. Did you cry? A little yokai tear? Oh. 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 A snowflower. It is like Casper the Ghost. I mean, it's beautiful, but I really did like the snow version. Oh. Strange guy. Oh. Oh my gosh. Ha! I'm just making shit up. And that's there with the flower. Uh uh-huh. Aww. Little snow globe. Oh. Wow. So this has its own ED. Oh my gosh. That was so good. That felt like a standalone episode. Why wasn't that on the streaming service? Are you kidding? That was amazing. I loved that. That damn snow yokai was the cutest, creepiest thing I've seen in this show so far, and I want to just hug it. I wonder why this isn't, like, available on streaming. What's the reason? Tell me in the comments down below. This was absolutely adorable. I wonder, are they going to do any previews for season 5, or are they just going to let it go? I'm so curious. AI addiction. Well, it said I addiction, so like love. Interesting. And Lala is the magazine it's published in. Wow. I guess that's it. Wow. Oh my gosh. That was so good. We need to talk about that. So that was actually really good. I was kind of worried because nothing to take away from last week's OVA, but it was very simple and it was very kind of repetitive and it was cutesy, but I was like, it wasn't exactly what I would expect from a Natsume OVA. And I think that's because last week it was just Nyanko Sensei, but this was like a return to form. Sometime on a snowy day was so freaking good. I loved this OVA so much. So apparently I looked up really quick just to be like, where was this? Why is it not licensed? Why can you not find it anywhere on streaming? Why is it just in the nether sphere of content? And it came out in 2014, so like 11 years ago. Oh my God. It came out a long ass time ago, and it came out in February 5th, 2014. So like not that many days ago, but 11 years ago. And with the staff and the cast of previous anime seasons returning, the Blu-ray DVD consisted of 2 discs, the second containing a clip of the Sound Theater times Natsume YUUJINCHOU, Sudoi Ongeki no Show, a musical event that was held on September 28th, 2013. So it's just some random OVA that came out. I wonder if, since it came out with that musical event, if the licensing for it was all jacked up, because sometimes you have that happen, which I think is so stupid. I feel like if an entire show exists, you should be able to put the entire show with everything onto a streaming service. Licensing is stupid, and just make it all open source. But then, then the mangaka couldn't get any money and the animators couldn't either. So I get it. But man, so I want to give a special shout out before talking about this OVA to Sunspots and our moderator for Natsume of Flora. They are both Natsume aficionados. They love this series so much. And Sunspots was like, yeah, I've got this file that you can watch, for the reaction. And I was like, oh my God, thank you. So yeah. Thank you so much. I hope you all can find this OVA out there on the web somewhere, or get into the Natsume channel on Discord, and Sunspots might be able to help you out. But I really loved this OVA. It was super cute. It felt like an episode of Natsume. The animation was so good. And what is with this show and giving us yokai that are the creepiest, cutest things ever? I'm obsessed. At first, I thought its eyes were so creepy because they were like little spiral eyes, but then they grew on me. And then every time it made a little different, and it made all these little different facial expressions, and it looked really sad, and then it looked happy, and I was like, I'm kind of in love with it. I was like, oh my God. And then it did like Devon Sawa in the Casper live action movie, where it's a little like the yokai looks like Casper the Friendly Ghost, and then it turns into Devon Sawa at the end for like the musical number, except this time it was a beautiful snowflower. And I was like, I just loved it. I also kept thinking, I wondered if the yokai would melt away to reveal something underneath, because all I could think about was the 1990s Campbell soup commercial where the snowman comes in the house and it's like eating the tomato soup and then it like melts and there's a kid underneath. 90s commercials were weird, y'all. 90s commercials were weird, and that's why we all have the senses of humor that we do. But this episode was adorable. I love Nyanko Sensei on the little hot water bottle, and that it's cold outside. What timing? Because it's supposed to snow tonight. So I was like, this is perfect. Perfect timing. Perfect timing for this. And so then, yeah, I just loved the idea. I liked the concepts of it, of this kind of nostalgia and the idea of, you know, I'm watching Revolutionary Girl Lieutenant at the same time, which has like an aspect of nostalgia with it as well. And the idea of wanting to retrace and hold on to old memories, which is essentially nostalgia. But I kind of liked that. I liked the idea of Toko. Like, I've done the same thing Toko's done. When you're looking for something and you get into a bunch of old things and you get distracted because you like start looking through old picture albums and yearbooks, and then before you know it, you've wasted the day looking for that one thing, but you've looked through everything else in the meantime. Like, I felt what Toko was going through. I thought that was really, really cool. But I just loved the concept that the idea that you keep searching for something from the past, or what are you searching for as people? What is humans' purpose? And it got existential. And I was like, this is kind of cool that this yokai is like, well, humans are always looking for something, or they're forgetting something. And it's like, yeah, what are we looking for? What's the meaning of life? What are we forgetting and what are we remembering? And then nostalgia brings that all back. I thought that was super freaking cute. So yeah, I thought it worked really well. I love the idea that we had the little Shigeru tin box and it had the snow globe in it, and the snow globe had the flower. I thought that was nice. Also, this episode made me realize what a loving couple Shigeru and Toko are. Like, they're so perfect for each other. Couples goals. I want couples goals. I would love to find a Shigeru because he is such a steal. Girl, you lucky. Toko, you got lucky, girl. He is like perfect for you. It's so sweet. And so, yeah, and then Natsume going out and playing in the snow. I always forget, people in Japan use umbrellas a lot. Like, whether it's going out in the sun or rain or snow, it's like an all-weather purpose. I feel like in America, we only ever think of umbrellas for rain, which, you know what? We need to normalize the use of umbrellas for snow and sun, honestly. But whenever Natsume started walking down the cold road and it started to get kind of gloomy and dark out, it reminded me of that moment in Beauty and the Beast in the Disney movie where Maurice is going down the road with the horse and it goes one way and it's kind of sunny and the other way is really dark and spooky, and he's like, let's go the dark and spooky way. Which I'm glad Natsume turned around, but oh my god, the yokai. Oh my god. I've never seen a yokai look like that. It just, there's something about it. It reminded me of it the way that the yokai was drawn with its super sunken eyes and its little kind of like scraggly body, the way it's drawn. It reminded me of Charlie Brown. It reminded me of like 1970s Western animation. It looked nostalgic itself. And there was just something about it that I can't take my eyes off of it. I'm obsessed with it. I've been bewitched by this little snow yokai. And it's really creepy, but then it's kind of cute, and it grows on you. And I don't blame Natsume for wanting to help it. And it was really nice. Like, the little snow yokai was trying to find the flower that was inside of it all along, right? Maybe that's supposed to be a metaphor for what we find inside of ourselves. What we're looking for has been there all along. It's just a matter of discovering it. You know, you want to go that route. But it was nice to see not only a yokai that didn't care about the Book of Friends and a yokai that was not interested in hurting Natsume. It was just trying to find things and just trying to exist. And then Natsume forms this kindred bond with the snowman because the snowman gets rejected by the other yokai, and Natsume kind of feels for that because he's been rejected by other humans. And they form this little bond. And I was like, this was just such a good episode. I love this OVA. It was great. And I love the concept that it freezes everything solid. And Madara's like, you know, I can't help you if you get frozen by this yokai. And then the yokai, when it smiles, it's creepy, but then it grows on you. And he's like, you're a strange guy. It's like, I was obsessed. I'm going to go back and rewatch this OVA because I'm obsessed. I just love it. He's like, I'm just looking for this one thing. It's so cute. It is so cute. And I love that he calls Natsume thin one. Poor Natsume. I feel like Natsume does find a little bit of contention with being so thin because he's like at that awkward growing stage. I was like, it's fine. But also, I love Natsume running into Shigeru as he comes back. And look, do we think that Shigeru notices something's up with Natsume? I think so, but Shigeru also, with the suit and tie and the coat on, Shigeru can get it. I say it every time, but Shigeru can get it. Toko, you lucky woman. You lucky woman. We could only be so lucky to get Shigeru in our lives, right? She's making hot pot. She gets the sake out for him. It's great. Love it. Madara's just sitting there chowing on it too. Should you give cats mushrooms? Probably not. Also, how has nobody in that household noticed? Shigeru must be going to a store and stealing sake because there's no way he's taking it from Toko's refrigerator and she's not noticed it yet. Because Madara's getting tanked every night on sake, which is hilarious. Him getting white cat wasted. But I also love him like in the bed, like being loud and noisy while Natsume's like, dear God, this cat is drunk. It was great. But yeah, then with the heater in their room and all that, they need a kotatsu. Natsume's drawing of that yokai. Oh my God. It looked like Mr. Hanky. It looked like Mr. Hanky, the Christmas poo off of South Park. It was just missing the Santa Claus hat. It did not. That was a valiant effort, Natsume. A valiant effort, but I don't think you got it. Also, it showing up in his bedroom was hilarious. I like the idea that we have the dream, and when the dream leads to something happening in reality, which is funny because that happens in real life sometimes where you're dreaming something and then you wake up and you're like in the middle of trying to like knock something over. It's so cute. I also like the idea of Madara being a little bit intimidated by this snowman yokai because it does have a pretty scary power of freezing you solid. Also, I love they called it fluffy when it was just made of snow, but it's just so endearing. I wish I could describe how these yokai go from being terrifying and creepy to suddenly endearing within the course of an episode. Like within 20 minutes, you suddenly are like, I will defend this yokai to the death because of its adorableness. And it was so cute. But yeah, just a really simple episode, a simple OVA. I love they get a snow day, which was super fun, very relatable, and Madara playing in the snow, which was super cute, and Natsume wandering around. Like, that was just adorable. I loved it. And then him leaving that there and going outside and then walking around with the kids. And then, of course, Natsume has to help the yokai because, you know, I like Madara tries to like convince him not to. He's like, you know, this yokai can be kind of dangerous. I don't know if you want to mess with it. And then it's all slumped over by the cemetery. What? Just what? It's so freaking cute. And then the other yokai make fun of him. And of course, you know, Madara has to come in to rescue them. But I liked when Shigeru opened up the tin. There was the marbles. There was the cap gun made of wood. There was the snow globe. There was the little bouncy balls that were plastic. He also had, I think they're Pop Tops. I think they are. They were like the little tops, like they look like coasters that you could collect as kids. I feel like that's what they were. I thought that was super cute. And he's like, well, Natsume's not a kid anymore. I don't know if he'll really like this. But I feel like in Natsume's case, it's the thought that counts, that Natsume is all for the gift because it's something that, you know, is given to him by Shigeru and Toko. Also, these little moments with Shigeru and Toko together. Shut up. Adorable. I don't know if this snow creature exists in the manga or if it's anime only, but I freaking love it. It may be my favorite yokai. No, it is. No, it is. This snowman is my favorite yokai design. There have been some that have been more elaborate. There have been some that have been cuter. The little chick from like season 2, season 3, adorable. Freaking adorable. So cute. The little dragon chick, definitely up there. One of the top ones. There have been more elaborate yokai. But I'm sorry, this snow creature it has my number. I want to defend this thing. I want a statue of it. I want a figurine of it. I need it. I need a figurine of it. I need a sticker of it. I love it. If I had a plush of it, it would sit up there with Madara. That snow creature is freaking adorable, and I love it. It's right up there with the dragon chick. Those are probably my favorites so far. of the yokai designs. It just, I don't know what it is. It's just so freaking cute. And when it smiles and it looks kind of creepy, I just want to defend it to the ends of the earth. I can't explain it. This series. And then it cries a little tear and remembers that that's part of it and it being warm. And then it becomes the rare snowflower that not even the other yokai see. And at first, Natsume's really sad because he's like, oh, but that means that I helped make you go away. I helped find, like, a way for you to disappear. And it almost seems like Natsume's assuming that the snow creature wanted to die or something. And the snow creature's like, no, that wasn't this. This was just what I needed to find. I needed to find this so I could move on and my spirit could move on. And you'll find what you're looking for someday. And it was just, it was so good. It was so endearing. And I loved it. It was great. But yeah. And then the snowflower, she goes. And they walk past the flower that had been frozen. And then the snow globe. I wish that Shigeru had gave the snow globe to Natsume instead of Toko. But maybe he had to go to work. But still, the snowflower is really cute. And he's like, I don't know what I'll find in the future. Or if I'll be able to keep the memories of the things that I find. But then we got season 5. But onward we must go. What a great OVA! Oh my god! I hope you all enjoyed this because I was absolutely obsessed. I love this OVA so much. It was so simple. It was so cute. It was just a nice little standalone story. It was existential, talking about humans wanting to find, our core memories and hold on to them and hold on to what makes us happy. And it was thematic. It just, this was definitely, I like this a lot better than last week. I will say this. Last week was fine, but this week, this was my jam. This was my jam. I loved this. And that snow yokai, I'm going to be obsessed for a very long time. That and the dragon chick are my 2 favorites so far. I love them to pieces. Oh, thank you, Sunspots, for finding this and for letting me be able to watch it. And thank you all so much for your kind support and watching along with me. Well, next week is going to be season 5, y'all. We're going to kick off season 5. I'm going to talk about volume 11 of the manga. We're going to be looking at volumes 11 and 12, which are supposed to cover all of season 4's content that we can watch right now. So I'll be talking about volume 4. I'm sorry. I'll be talking about volume 11 with next week's episode, and then volume 12 with episode 2 of season 5. And then we'll wait until season 5's over to go over the manga for it. So in any case, I am so excited to hear your comments down below. I hope you all enjoyed this reaction discussion. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Please stay safe, take care, and yeah, I'll be back very soon with more of Natsume's Book of Friends. Bye!